What's up, hustlers? Hope you're out there hustle hard and staying safe. It's your boy Gig Hustler PJ, slide in for another video. Alright, y'all, peak game, man. Now, if y'all come here, from the title of the video, I'm going to name this something in the aspects of can you survive with a low Doordash AR? And I don't like being one of those guys who like to answer a question with a question, but I'm gonna do it this time. Can you survive with a high AR is the question right now. Meaning, are you able to get orders to offset keeping a high AR in Doordash? It's plain and simple. There's no more glitches going on right now. Right now, without no help, without cheating the system, you have to take bad orders to maintain a high AR. And to offset you taking bad orders in your particular market, you have to get good orders. So if you take a 3, 4 or a long order that doesn't get you money or wouldn't be quote unquote profitable, then does your market deliver you orders to make that to offset those bad orders? Or you get catered orders or just good tipped orders? You got to answer that question. And why I ask a question with a question is because this will prove if you're in a good market or not. Because if you're able to keep a high AR and be somewhat profitable or be decent making money, then you most likely in that same market is able to keep a low AR. And I'm not saying low like zeros or whatever. I'm just saying not following the orders of the programs that are at hand right now with Doordash, with the platinum, gold, silver status, those status. Because if your market is good enough to keep you high, it's good enough for you to maintain low. Now, don't get me wrong, there's still some caveats, there's still some maneuvering you gotta do to still make money. Now, you gotta pick your days. There's no ifs, ands, or buts about it. You just can't be out there all day willy-nilly if you got a low AR. Unless you plan on doing earn by time. Now, if you are with a low AR and you plan on doing earn by time, doing off peak hours or days that are relatively slow, like Monday through Wednesday, then that would be how you maintain money coming in, because earn by time does not follow the program standards or whatever you want to call it. So that may be your wiggle room. But if you don't choose to do earn by time, messing with solely Doordash, you're gonna have to pick your poison. Now, the best thing to do is to pick the busiest days and times. Like, it has always been the case with these on-demand food delivery apps is what I'm referring to right now. It's always been a pace to pick the peak times, because you just don't want to be out there floating. You don't want to be wasting gas. You want to be make as much money as possible. Still applies to low AR. So you have to super fine tune that, because when it's busy, it's going to be more orders than the high AR people can handle. So that's when you'll get your little wiggle room. That's when you get your little money in. But you gotta know when the iron strike, when the iron's hot. Like last week, I had $100 Doordash there. I haven't had that in forever, almost $100, and it was within 4 hours. Haven't had that forever. And surprisingly, earn by time. I wasn't getting any orders. I switched to earn by time, and it was peak pay. So I'm gonna put all those caveats out there. It was peak pay too, and it was a large amount of waiting orders, and I did pretty decent. But I ain't gonna say earn by time is the only way to do it, but you just have to ultimately strategize it. So the true answer to this question on both sides, really, it's the same answer both sides. Is your market stable enough for you to do that in? Is your market stable enough for you to have a high AR, take a bunch of crap orders, and eventually get a catering order or something to offset it, to make it worth your while? Or is your market gets enough orders all around to where the high AR people are gonna be too busy, where a lot of orders dribble? I don't know what word I'm looking for right now, but y'all know what I'm trying to say. Drop down to the lower AR people so you can get decent orders. And another thing with low AR, because your order value, depending on your market, may be a little lower, you cannot be super hyper selective. You can't be looking at $10 or $20 orders. You have to look for orders that make sense, that will make you some money. Now, my personal preference, just keep it on the eye, I like to take $2 a mile, because if I do take a long order, I like to get my pay going back to the market, back to the area I prefer to be in. But me personally, I'm multi-app. If you don't know what multi-app is, using multiple different apps to maneuver to get you income. So when I'm doing Doordash, if I get an order sending me out my zone and it's like $2 a mile and I like it, but it's kind of far, when I get to that other zone, either A, I switch zones on Doordash, because most of the time, if I'm maintaining a low AR, I don't care about switching zones and stuff. But most of the time, I'm trying to pick an order that's taking me to another zone that I can log into and possibly get an order going back, or get some better orders. Who knows? But that's market dependent. All of these tips are market dependent. You have to measure your market. You have to know what's up. But yeah, the $2 per mile thing is just a personal thing, because I'm going by what our minimum wage is. It's $16.20 for Chicago. I'm going by how much our gas is. It's dropped a little bit, but mostly it's been floating around $4 and some change. I take all of those into account when I am just, you know, not caring about my AR, just picking orders that make sense. I'm not going for the highest orders in the world. I'm going just for that order flow, a reasonable order flow. And you got to figure out whether that works in your market. But it is possible. Is it harder to maintain a low AR? Yes, it is. It isn't, depending on how you go about it. If you're doing multiple apps like Instacart, Grubhub, EasyCater, Uber Eats, other forms of income to supplement it, then you don't care about the AR like I am. Most of my income right now comes from catering delivery apps, which if you're working close to full-time or full-time-ish in the gig world, you may have to look into that or other means of income, because you won't have to be dependent on one app. That's pretty much the only way to survive full-time nowadays. If you ain't doing that, it just over with. Hang it up. It used to be your way, but it's not, because Doordash, depending solely on Doordash, are changing more things. It's just hard to maintain it. So if you want more wiggle room, multi-app, or if you really just don't care, you cool with the, man, just do the low AR. It's up to y'all. But this just a couple of tips, man. Yes, it's survivable, but you have to maneuver differently. You not gonna sit there and get the $50 payouts, $100 payouts like you used to in the good old days. But it's still plenty of space depending on your market. Test your market out, see what the order volume is. Know your slow days. You have to pinpoint what your slow days are if you got a low AR, because those will kill you unless you're going to work arm by time. It's up to y'all though, man. I just want to feel a couple of tips just because it was on my mind. Side note, you know, to talk about my channel and stuff like that. As a YouTuber, personally, I like to run my channel with the way to make videos, the way videos that I will watch. I maintain my channel on that. If I watch certain things and I don't like it, I don't post it. It is tons of videos that I made that I didn't post just because I didn't like it. It just didn't feel good. Now, don't say I'm picky or what you call it. It just wasn't bringing nothing new to the table. So that's why my posting schedule been that. And a little side note, I have been managing a second channel, but I'm not gonna talk about it here. I know a lot of people be talking about their second channels and it'd be like part 2 of their main channel. This is a totally 199 trillion times different channel, y'all. I'm telling y'all, it's not the same. So that's why I'm not even going to promote my content to this audience. This is about gig work, Chicago style, and that's how I'm doing it, man. That's what I'm gonna stick with. But yeah, you know, I'm still out here, I'm still grinding. Really too much, nothing new has been going on under the Doordash sun, so it hasn't been too much new to post. So I'd rather just not post y'all my 100,000 ride along. I just take that tight, man. I don't want to bore y'all. I don't want to bore myself watching my video, so I don't even do all that, man. But hey, if y'all made it this far in the video, hey, hit the bottom of my heart. I appreciate y'all, man. Hit the like and subscribe to the Hustler. Hustler out. Peace!